Hey my lovelies, welcome back to another true crime and makeup series. Do remember to like and subscribe and leave a comment down below on cases you want to see, or if in general you want to give me your opinions or what you think about this case. So remember to like, subscribe, and maybe share my videos if you guys like. So I hope you guys enjoy this true crime story. So this case is called the Hello Kitty case, and you'll be pretty shocked to know why this is called the Hello Kitty case. Remember to like and subscribe because it will mean a lot to me. Anyway, moving on, I do not want to bore you guys. So in May of 1999, a 14-year-old girl named by Ling Choi-san went to the police station in TST, Hong Kong. This happened in Hong Kong, quite close to where I live, so it is a bit freaky and it's kind of making me more nervous and scared because I'm filming this at 3 a.m. at night and it is pitch black outside and I don't have the curtains. It is freaking me out. Anyway, so this girl named Ling Choi-san walked into the TST police station in Hong Kong, and she went in there to report some paranormal activities that she has been experiencing. So she went in and she said that she was being haunted by a young girl in her house. This 14-year-old girl reported that she was being haunted by a young woman's ghost. And at first, when the police heard that she was reporting something which is not something they deal with, police don't usually deal with paranormal activities, so they weren't, itchy nose, so they weren't buying the whole situation, and they were like, we can't really do anything for you right now because it's not something we do. So the police was not buying this 14-year-old girl's report or whatever she was trying to report until she said something along the line of the ghost who is haunting her. She believes that it is the same woman that she helped kill. They were like, oh, something is bad in this case and we have to look into it. So the victim in this case was a 23-year-old girl who worked in a bar as a hostess. Her name was Fun Man Yi. I apologize, my name pronouncing skills sucks. And so let's get on to Fun Man Yi's life before she was working in the bar as a hostess. So Fun Man Yi's life was very tragic from when she was very young. So Fun Man Yi's life was very tragic from her childhood. She was abandoned by her family when she was just a child, and she had to live and be raised in a girl's home. By the time she was a teenager, Fun Man Yi developed a drug addiction and she turned to prostitution so she can pay for the drugs that she was, putting in her body. People believe that she also had a son, but in my research, I could not find anything related to her having a son. But if she did have a son, which is very heartbreaking to know that, just listen to the story. You'll feel very bad for Fun Man Yi and her son if she had a son, because I could not find, strong evidence to say that she had a son, but I've researched and saw a couple of videos on YouTube where they stated that she did have a son. So I'm gonna believe that she did have a son. By the age of 23, Fun Man Yi scored a job at a bar. As I mentioned before, she was a hostess in a bar, and for her this job was a way for her to earn for her living, and also she was still battling with drug addictions when she was working at this bar. In early of 1997, the victim met a 34-year-old guy by the name Chen Ma Luk. I guess that's how you say it. So while talking to this 34-year-old guy, they both realized that they have a lot in common. Fun Money was doing prostitution on the side and she was working at a bar with drug addiction. And this guy was a pimp who used to supply women for prostitution. And he was a drug dealer as well. So they both connected instantly because they had common likings. So a few years later of them meeting each other at this bar, talking, connecting with each other, Fun Money was in sudden desperate need of money. So she decided that she was gonna steal this 34-year-old guy's wallet because she was in very desperate needs. I don't know why she needed that money, but she was very desperate. But she didn't realize that this guy, this 34-year-old guy, was the last person on earth that she would mess with because, obviously. And when I do these cases, I'm not disrespecting the victim or the murderer because there's a lot of things that, we don't know, so we can't judge both parties. Chan Lok's wallet contained about 4,000 Hong Kong dollars, so thought to let you know how much his wallet had when Fun Money stole it. So at this point, Fun Money realized that she made a very big mistake and she came to this decision that she was gonna give back this 34-year-old guy's wallet. I'm gonna say 34-year-old because it's just easier for me to say than pronounce the name and be embarrassed and just disrespect the person. And so Fan Man-yi decided that she was gonna return this 34-year-old guy's wallet with extra 10,000 Hong Kong dollars. I don't know where she found this much money when she was herself in need of desperate money, but she decided that she was going to give back his wallet with 10,000 Hong Kong dollars. So, as an apology, when Fan Man-yi went to Chan Man-lok's, this 34-year-old guy's place to say, I'm sorry, here's $10,000 and your wallet, I just was in desperate need and I just could not think at that moment, I guess that's what she said. So this guy, Chan Man-lok, was not satisfied with Fun Man-yi's apology money and he said that he wanted extra 16,000 Hong Kong dollars for an apology to be accepted.
You expensive man.
So this amount was already too much for Fun Man-yi to give back. She was giving back 10,000 Hong Kong dollars, which she could clearly cannot afford because she was, as I mentioned before, she was in desperate need of money. That's why she stole his wallet. But she was still scared, I guess. That's why she was giving back this money. I think she also borrowed from somebody else because I don't think she has this much money. So Fun Man-yi, in conclusion, could not pay the 16,000 Hong Kong dollars back to this guy. So on March 17, 1999, Chan Man-lok sent his guys, those guys that, go out and ask for his money or, do his work for him because he was a big guy. So he told his guys to go and kidnap Fan Man-yi. Chan Man-lok's original intentions were to force Fan Man-yi to do free prostitution for him in order for her to pay the 16,000 Hong Kong dollars debt that he had for his apology. But this whole plan of his went real bad real fast. So when they kidnapped Fan Man-yi, they took her to Chan's, I'm gonna call it Chan, not his full name. So they took Fan Man-yi to Chan's house. Smiling. So his house was like a little kid's or even bigger people. I don't know who likes Hello Kitty, but so he had Hello Kitty everything. His bed sheets, his curtains. There were big dolls of Hello Kitty everywhere. So it kind of is creepy to know this big guy liked Hello Kitty and he had his whole house, dumped in Hello Kitty. I mean, like, I have like things I like too, but I would never, put everything.
I like makeup, so I'm not gonna put everything with makeup on. Like, anyway, what am I even saying? Moving on from my rubbish thoughts.
So as I said, this guy's house was, drowning in Hello Kitty stuff. He had a big apartment with 5 bedrooms in, and his apartment was in a very famous shopping place in Hong Kong. So a little disclaimer here. So whatever I'm going to say from this point is going to be very not good for people with small hearts to listen to, like me, but I still listen to it and I regret afterwards. But anyway, so people who are a little ickyish or are uncomfortable with such information, I would advise you to not listen to this or skip a few minutes to avoid listening to harsh case details that you don't want to listen to. So let me put on this mascara and I'll begin. So Fan Man Yi was tortured badly, and this case is quite similar to the Junko Furuta case, and it's just, I mean, I'm out of words. So Fan Man Yi was continuously being raped by these guys who kidnapped her and also this 34-year-old guy. So I think there were about 3 men that were raping her continuously, and she was tied by her wrist to the roof, and they used her as a punching bag. They would put out cigarettes on her, which is it's very similar to the Junko Furuta case, but Fan Man Yi's torture lasted for nearly 1 month, and one day she passed away. When Chan Man-lok found out that Fan Man Yi passed away, he ordered his men to take her body to the bathroom where they dismembered her body. Her body parts were boiled in an attempt to conceal the smell of decomposition. The boiling took days, and it was done in the same kitchen that the people used to make their own food and eat in. Most of the body was eventually disposed of, and for some unexplained reason, they decided to keep Fan Man Yi's skull, and they stuffed it inside a large mermaid Hello Kitty doll. So I am going to put, if for some reason, I'm not going to put pictures of like dead bodies and stuff. That's just weird. Anyway, and bad. And the police might come and get me if I do that. But I say this now, okay. I'm gonna put in pictures. Maybe I'm gonna put it now or put it. Her cause of death was never confirmed because they could not confirm if she died because of overdosing of drugs or if she died because of their torture. It could be a reason because they could not get her whole body, because her whole body half was boiled and half was, I guess, dumped away. So this 14-year-old girl did not go to jail, and her name was changed after this whole case happened. She did. It is believed that she did took part in torturing Fan Man Yi as well, but because she testified against these guys and helped the police, she got full immunity. Because so the 3 men were convicted of manslaughter only because the jury ruled the remains were not enough to determine or prove that this was a murder or if she died of some other reason. I don't know. I don't know what to feel about this. I live in Hong Kong, so I don't want to give such statements that would, maybe get me in trouble. Anyway, so a psychologist did a report saying that these 3 men were remorseless. They did not feel any guilt or anything for the person who died. So the judge or the jury could not really put the murder on these 3 guys' head, was because there was very less evidence. They could not give them punishment for something they could not prove. But even though this 14-year-old girl did justify against them, and there, I guess, it was pretty clear, Anyway, who am I to think anything, you know? I'm just a person here getting my hands dirty with things I should not be getting into, but I'm stupid. So as I mentioned before, the building that this whole thing happened in was demolished, and now there's a hotel there. I don't know if it's haunted or not. If you guys want me to go live there for a night, that's very creepy. I would cry all night there, shit my pants because I'm a scaredy cat. Anyway, so this case ends here. It's just very annoying when, you know, the people who did such things cannot get punishment for what they did, but